Sarah Harnett and Warwick Wright on Hasketts Road. Welcome. And I've omitted somebody's name, sorry. I've only got...
Jim Ritchie.
Thank you, thanks. Welcome guys, you know what the rules are now. And you're speaking in relation to the recommendation of the Rivers and Wigram Community Board. We're in your hands. Thanks.
Hang on, I'll just change this.
Take it the chair.
It's all right, we won't start the time until she can actually... Just change it, yeah.
Okay, I won't fiddle with the sec. Right, so good morning, Council. Right. Hasketts Road, disposal of council acquired properties. My name is Sarah Harnett and I am representing Quieter Please. Quieter Please is a residents group that was formed in response to increasing noise from Ruapuna, resulting from new noise rules permitted by the city plan in 1999. A brief history. As a result of residents' complaints about unreasonable noise from Ruapuna, the council commissioned a report by Marshall Day Acoustics in 2007. This report shows the extent of land subjected to unreasonable noise. These Haskett Road properties were identified as being the most affected. In 2009, the council, as part of a package, passed a resolution to buy these affected properties, as well as initiate a plan change to address the noise issue at Ruapuna. Plan Change 52 is currently under Environment Court jurisdiction. Quieter Please has been channelling its time and resources into that process and is surprised to learn at short notice that disposal processing of these noise pollution affected properties is proceeding before Plan Change 52 is completed. What surprises Quieter Please is the lack of communication with residents. We have only just discovered these properties are up for disposal and understand that at a community board discussions on this matter, the chair of the Rivers and Wigram Community Board discussed moving the go-karts to Ruapuna. Quieter Please would like to see the land on Hasketts Road used to mitigate the noise from Ruapuna. Planting a dense forest has been suggested by a number of submitters on Plan Change 52. It would soften and change the characteristic of motorsport noise. Planting of trees has a number of other benefits, such as preventing noisy activities moving in, providing a carbon sink to offset the burning of fossil fuels from motorsport, providing a reserve for residents and improving the amenity of the area. Quieter Please see distinct advantages in this alternative use of these properties. Planting a dense forest, as mentioned, would mitigate noise from Ruapuna, soften the tone and change the characteristic of sound. If this land were to be designated and remain as a forest, this would also prevent noise-generating activities from moving in. The council's favoured option is to use 2 properties as a greyhound track and sell the remaining properties on the open market after demolishing the houses. This has the very real potential of being bought by Fulton Hogan and quarried. The fact there is a Housing New Zealand property in the way is but a small obstacle. In today's climate, all it takes is a checkbook. A quarry would only add to the noise, cumulative noise. People become sensitised to noise and the whole cycle of angry people is perpetuated. On the face of it, a training facility for greyhounds seems reasonably innocuous. However, I have seen a report that mentions a PA system and bar facilities. The devil is in the detail. Providing a carbon sink to offset the burning of fossil fuels from motorsport. The Council's own climate change policy reads that the Council acknowledges that climate change is occurring and adopts a precautionary approach when planning for future activities and works. That the Council, when developing new policies and projects, take into account the effects of climate change where this is appropriate. Policies that initiate or support activities that counter the causes and effects of those changes are to be preferred. That the Council supports ongoing monitoring of climate change indicators such as sea level rise, greenhouse gas emissions and carbon sinks. Providing a reserve and improving the amenity of the area. Ruapuna is of course a public reserve. With the current activities, the public's actual access to this reserve is questionable. Perhaps this is a trade-off. What the people of Templeton, Yulthurst and the surrounding area would like to see is some permanent good, something positive to come from Council's ownership of these Heskett Road properties. We are tired of being used as a dumping ground for such things as the prisons, sex offenders unit, quarries, drug rehabilitation unit, increasing industrialisation, and of course a motorsport facility with very liberal rules which has evolved into the busiest racetrack in New Zealand. Quieter Please believes very little effort has been expended in determining the effectiveness of using these noise-polluted properties for noise mitigation. Measures either as suggested with trees or by any other noise abatement method. Quieter Please request that the disposal of these noise-affected properties on Heskett's Road be suspended and noise mitigation possibilities be thoroughly investigated. Quieter Please believe the proper, right-thinking end use for these properties should not be about financial loss or gain, but should be aimed primarily at alleviating noise from a community burdened with noise. Quieter Please's proposal of a forest park would go a long way to resolving noise pollution that has been a major issue for over 10 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. The report today from the Community Board suggests not selling them. Are you, at this stage, are you in agreement with that recommendation?
Is suggesting what?
Not selling them at this stage.
Well, we're in agreement with that suggestion, but I suppose that is just delaying what will actually happen to the properties. But
well, that's the only decision that we're making today.
So we're in agreement
to sell
with
or
that.
not to sell.
But what we would like to see is
okay.
what
Well, we've got.
proposed.
Yeah. Thank you. Are there questions, guys? Jimmy?
One question. At the moment, the council is undertaking the kind of district plan review. I'm wondering your kind of deputation whether it's also to make submission to the council the district plan review, the channel.
Well, I guess we can make a submission to the district plan review, but of course the rural zones are stage 2, so that you're not looking. So you're looking at maybe February or later.
Okay, but, I understand. Because they separate two different phases, but this is probably in the second phase.
But I guess
stage.
The council needs to be discussing what options there are for this land and looking at mitigating the noise from Ruapuna, using that land in a positive way. Because you have to remember that it was the council that changed the rules back in 1999 and in effect created the problem. I mean, I've been living in the area for 25 years and you wouldn't have known the racetrack was there until it became an everyday occurrence. And the dose is the crux of the problem. So the noise needs to be mitigated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? If not, thank you very much indeed for a very concise submission. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah.